Let me ask a question. Have you ever been sacked from your office before? Because I was, and then it wasn't funny. Hi guys. Hello guys. Vhicktoriea here again. And today I have a story to tell. It's very funny, but it's not still funny. So now that I think about it, it's somehow funny. But believe me, it's not funny. And seriously, it's not. Okay, let me ask a question. Have you ever been sacked from your office before? Because I was, and then it wasn't funny. How am I saying funny like 5 times in a row? But seriously, have you ever thought about it that was it your fault? Like it's years now, and I'm thinking back, I'm saying, God, it was not my fault. It wasn't my fault in any way because really it was not my fault. So I had a whole episode and it all started because it wasn't my fault. Like believe me, I'm in a better place now, so I can always think back and then laugh about it. Okay, back to the story. I was a young girl and I just graduated from no, I didn't just graduate from university. I was back from my service and that was like I think the first main job. Like I've done a job before that, but that's like the first or the second job, main job actually, that I would get. And I was just happy to, get the job and get 50,000 naira salary. Lua Victoria. Okay, so I got 50,000 salary, started this job. It was fine. And believe me, I was a fine girl when I'm young. And I think I'm still a very fine girl now. And then the owner of the company then started collected my number, started calling me. And before you know it, he started saying, okay, let's go out. Mm, let's go to this place. Let's do this one, let's do that one. Just follow me. Like, all that type of story. And then I was just saying, no, can't go out. I'm busy. My mom, my dad is far away, and all of that. I literally have no reason to go out. Like, go out with that big man, that old man. I wasn't even married yet, but how much do you want to give me? Like, I'm not broke. Like, my parents are okay, they're not that bad. So, what are you saying? Go out with you for what? So, little me just said that no, that's not happening. I'm not going to go out with you. So, do you know what he did next? He sent me to sales department. It's funny because I studied biochemistry. I wasn't in sales department, and then because of that, he sent me to sales department. But man, babe continued in the sales department. Like I continued, I was in the sales department, and then he continued again. Okay, now is it because I said I was busy before? That's why you sent me to sales. Now that I have time on my hand, now we can go out. Is that what you're saying? And I can lie that I went to work. No, really. So in sales now, he called again and I was like, this one, that one, this one, that one, let's go out, let's this one. I have this. I don't want to talk. I have another company that is on the island. I stay on the mainland. So let's go and all of that. I'm like, no, I'm not going. And I guess at that time that means he understood that okay, this girl does not want to go. It's not about being busy. It's not like she does not have an excuse. Maybe probably to him now. He had an excuse. I recorded the conversation. I sent it to a friend of mine, my colleague then. And that one already told me that that has been his you know, it's normal with some females. So I recorded the conversation. So in case you're saying it, I have your conversation. Evidence day. Evidence for so it's not funny. And then next, he said we should come to the complaint. And they sacked us. Well, I was not the only one. But then they sacked us. Maybe so that it will not look like I'm the only one. They sacked the other person in my team. But made no sense because the girl was even driving in sales. Me, I wasn't because I'm not a salesperson. So I wasn't really driving in sales because I was even mad that I was in sales. So, but they sacked the other girl, and the girl was driving in sales, but she was in my team. So maybe it's my head that just made the girl lose her job. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. Anyway, I was sacked. He paid me out in full, and that was that. That was the beginning of my almost falling into depression. So what did I do next? I started searching for jobs. Like I was applying total 100, 200, 150. Am I going backward? 100, 200, 250, 350, 500 in a day. I was just applying to any job. Applying to any job. I was just applying to everything. And then I got one offer with one care company in Lagos. So now everybody's shouting care, care, care. Then I got an offer to work in a very big care company in Lagos. I told my family, I told my sister, my sister has to come, my sisters, they had to come together to think probably I'm going through something very big. Because now come back to this time and nobody will be thinking about that. Then they were thinking that how will I ever think of saying that I want to go and be washing bonbon for old people and all of that. But that was the job I got then, and it's funny. And then I was willing to do that job just to leave the house. But my parents was like, no, my stars were like, no, it's not possible. I searched for I'm not a good teacher, so I'm not always I don't like teaching as a job. I really appreciate teachers because if they can do it, that means they can go through stress and they are very patient. I'm not. So I but because of my situation at that time, I was applying to schools. I went to I went to one secondary school to one school, and the person said that I will take primary school, I'll take secondary school, I'll take chemistry, I'll take biology, I'll take science, like literally all the science. I'll take every time. You pay me 15,000. I'm like, how? You people, is it that you want to kill teachers or what? And then the other teacher was even interviewing me, taking me to their lab. Can you do this lab test? Can you do that lab test? And all of that. Thinking it's going to be one big job. At the end of the day, you're telling me you pay me 15,000 naira. Me now. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying, really? I was getting frustrated. Like seriously, it wasn't fun. I was getting frustrated. Like the jobs I was getting were not like I don't have experience, and so the jobs were not, and there were not much opportunities then. I wish tech was like tech then, and then I would have just followed tech. And then anyway, I was there. I started seeing that my some of the companies that I'm supposed to apply to, they are in Ogun State. So like I mean all these food manufacturing companies are mostly in Ogun State, Abeokuta, Shagam, and all of that. So I told my parents again that I'm relocating to Abeokuta. They're like, Victoria, this thing's getting to what's happening? Like, what's happening? I said, I'm just going to Abeokuta. I want to start staying in Abeokuta. I started giving them reasons why I can go to Abeokuta, how we survive in Abeokuta, and all of that. And everybody was just looking at me that, man, this baby is going through a lot. And really, I was going through a lot. I, I wasn't talking to people. I was, should I say, I was ashamed of myself. Like, I don't have I don't know how to talk to people, and then they'll say, where are you working? I'll just say that I'm not working, I'm at home. Serious. I wasn't doing anything. I don't even have a laptop to do anything. So I was just confused. But thankfully I got a job, and to this day I'm so happy about that job. I'm so happy about the opportunity they gave me in that company. Like it wasn't like they were paying me so much, but I'm so happy about how how they gave me job on a platter of good. Like I wasn't I wasn't even I was not even well experienced in that field, but I started counting my years of experience because of that job. So I really appreciate companies that taking new inexperienced individuals and then they allow them to explore. I'm so appreciative of that job. That's my first I would say that was my first job ever because all the ones I was doing before them were totally nonsense. So that was how I got out of it after getting a new job. Of course, God was with me. All those times I was in church. I was always going for church programs. I was very popular in church. Like all the times that I didn't have a job, like I intensified my efforts in God more. And then I dedicated more of my services to church. I will follow children for camping, follow teenagers as a guide and the children as a coordinator for campings. I was in church choir department, I was in drama department. I was I was that sister Vhicktoriea of church, and then it really helped me. Like God, I believe that. Excuse me, I believe that it was when I did that that actually got a bearing from my life, and that's how God took me out. Like it was just God. That's just I want to say. So I'm not here to preach to you. I'm just saying that in everything, trust God. Trust God. It might take a while. It wasn't like immediately it happened, but I trusted in God. I I devoted all my all in God, and God just made it happen. So tell me, have you ever been sad before? Was it your fault? Was it their fault? Because I know that sometimes it might be our fault as well. But was it your fault? Was it their fault? How did you go through all the whole issue, and how were you able to bring yourself back?